Hey there everyone, and welcome to another Factorio Mod Spotlight. I'm Exterminator, and thanks for stopping in today. And in this one, we are going to be covering the Exotic Industries Robots mod. So this is a mod made by Prele Zero. Apologies if I mispronounce their name. They made the 248K mod as well as this whole like exotic industries suite of mods. And the robots part is just a part of it, but it can be used standalone, which is why I'm spotlighting it here. So, as the name would suggest, it adds some new robots to the game. And they have nice, cool graphics. Same with the Roboport. It adds a new Roboport as well. So it adds 4 new bots and a Roboport. We have a heavy cargo bot, a Hearst logistic bot, a heavy construction bot, and then a Tesla construction bot, as well as the um, block advanced Roboport. So the Roboport basically it has a much larger supply area than a normal Roboport. It also has a larger construction area, and it can have charge more things at once and just more charging in general. So we compare just the stats by themselves. You can see it's 50 by 50 supply for logistic, and then 100 by 100 for construction, and then 4 times 1 megawatt recharge on the default Roboport. On this one, it's 140 by 140 for both those, as well as 6 times 4 megawatts. And we can see just by hovering over, this is clearly larger than a vanilla Roboport. It is, however, more expensive. It takes 4 vanilla and then other stuff as well. The robots kind of have their own like specific like tasks that they would be best at completing, I suppose you could say. So the cargo bot is slow, but it has a huge cargo capacity. You can see there 32 plus 3. So the plus 3 is research just because I have everything unlocked. But even by default, it's 32, which is pretty huge, but it's not very fast. If you compare it, the speed down there to like the speed of even just a normal like logistic or construction bot, it's way slower, but it carries a bunch of stuff. The Hertz Logistic Bot is a highly advanced bot. It's fast, long range, and can carry more items. So it's super fast. You can see down there the speed is really fast. Has a decent cargo capacity, and then has a longer range as well. But it's pretty expensive. And then you have the Heavy Construction Bot, which is basically like the cargo bot, but for like construction. And it has a note here that says it's best used for personal construction because it has a small battery and it's pretty slow as well. And then the Tesla construction bot, which is basically just the construction bot version of the Hearst logistic bot. It's fast, long range, etc. So I have a few examples here we're going to show off. I have some iron in these passive provider chests, and then I have all the robots in here except for the heavy construction bot, just because I'm going to kind of demonstrate that like with my own personal construction in my power armor. I'm going to go here and just request some iron plate, and we'll just kind of see an example of like how much they can carry, what their speed is like, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and request 500 here, and you can see these dudes, like they're not kidding. This is really slow. They look super cool. There's a bunch in here, by the way. This is not just one. They're super slow, but they carry a bunch of stuff, so they're probably gonna like almost fulfill this request. You can see deliver 525. So they're delivering everything in one go. So one thing this would be good for is this would actually theoretically be more performance efficient because you're using less bots to achieve the same thing. Now, granted, they're slower, but instead of having like 4 or 5 times this amount of bots flying back and forth, making multiple trips or whatever, you're just using this many. And then they're all charging up and going in. So that's just kind of an example of that. Now, I do have a blueprint here. I'm going to go ahead and build, and I'm going to get this started. Now, my bots are probably going to help. I'm actually going to turn this off for a second so we can just see these bots. Like, these are fast. Like, I had not tested this yet. I did not expect it to be this fast. Like, these are really, really fast. Holy cow. That's, like, way faster than I thought it would be, to be honest. I'm going to just grab all these. So you have an example of what that looks like. I'm going to go outside of the range of this, and then I'm going to use my own bots and kind of demonstrate what this might look like using these bots, these construction bots. So again, not super fast, but they are good for personal construction. These are, again, the heavy construction bots. In terms of like comparison, they do have a larger cargo size. It's 5+3 opposed to the 1+3. The speed is a little slower, not a ton, but a little bit. But they do carry a bit more. So these would be good maybe just as a pure replacement for your personal construction bots because they do carry quite a bit more items. But man, those other ones that we just saw in the main network are super fast. Those are crazy. These Hertz logistic bots. They're fairly expensive though. The last thing it adds is the advanced robot engine, which you use obviously to make that, and it requires some batteries, electric engines, 2 robot frames, and some lube. So it is more expensive for sure than this engine, or robot frame rather. So those are super good and super fast, but they are expensive. And do keep in mind, I do have all the research again unlocked, so that speed is with like up to robot speed 6. In terms of the research for this stuff, if we look just at robot, there's a bunch of things here. So we can see, here we go. So this one is, I mean, it's basically late game. It's, requires space science. This unlocks all these main robots here. And then this unlocks this one. And then this unlocks probably, one of these probably unlocks the other robot, which is not listed here, but you would unlock it through a research. In terms of settings, there are none, so you're all set there. And that's the mod. I think it's kind of cool, just a different variety of bots, different use cases and stuff for them. You can mix and match how you want. But overall, I really like the graphical style. It seems pretty smooth. I didn't encounter any issues or anything. So overall, pretty well done mod, and I think if you want some variety in robots, it's a great choice. There is a link in the description to the mod portal page. We can check this out if you're interested. If you have any questions or thoughts, leave them below. If you did enjoy, a like is much appreciated as well. And if you're new, welcome, and feel free to subscribe to keep up with future content. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.